everybody, and welcome to Rise of the Podcast. I am Jeremy.
I'm Kara.
And I'm Brownie.
Oh, is that the longest one to date?
Maybe. I could have gone longer, but I figured people might have been getting bored.
I was going to say, I feel like that was from the episode of The Office when Erin is told she's going to be auditioning for a news anchor spot. And really, the two guys just wanted her to come over in sexy clothes. Anyway, Andy wants her to drag out and I'm Erin, or whatever, you know. That's what made me
it's funny you bring that
sorry.
up because Dave has literally been watching The Office, and he's right around the Aaron Gabe part. Like, oh, it's like hugging a skeleton.
It is Gabe. Ooh. Good show, though.
127. What episode number is this, Chris?
127.
127.
Yep.
127 episodes.
And it took 120 episodes for Jeremy and I to come together.
This actually episode 1 you guys just set up in this configuration.
Oh, I
We were.
suppose. Okay.
I almost punched Kara, though, when I went and got excited. I was like, woo, Rise of the Podcast.
Yep, it's going to happen. I'm going to end up with a black eye by the end of some episode because of how animated Jeremy is when it comes to his hands.
You guys are so far away in this one.
I know. I'm like, come back to me.
No, it's fine. It's fine. People want to see far away.
Do they?
Yes. I look
So
back-
like, now that I'm looking at it, it's like this and this are about the same.
It really is.
The funny thing is I was doing work and somebody's talking about the 4-foot rule. So if it looks good from 4 feet or back, then that's acceptable. It passes. So I just realized my life is actually lives by like the 8-foot rule. Is I look good from like 8 feet away or more, and we're good.
You're so funny.
Yep. And so that's the nice thing about Walmart is that everybody's staying over more than 6 feet away. They're so close to. I'm looking good all the time.
Jeremy's like, let's just bump that to an 8-foot.
Well, Chris was setting everything up today, and I looked and I was like, oh my goodness, I needed to shave. I should shave. It's so bad.
My scruffy looking nerf
No, it's
herder.
bad. It's really bad.
Nerf herder's offended by how scruffy looking he is.
I agree. And Chris said he just said, what? You said you were looking at the episode?
I can't remember which. It was one of the ones right at. I think it was the first one after Chip was born. And you're like, I'm not shaving, and you just like had the worst patch beard in the universe.
Was I on the episode? Because I know I took the first week off.
Yeah, no, you weren't. It was just Jeremy.
So it's just Jeremy. Yeah, that would have been the. Because I think I was back the second week after Chip was.
That was actually one of our most viewed podcasts. I'm talking out of my butt, but.
I mean, should I look it up?
So who's here for chat?
Nobody so far.
What?
Oh.
My peeps.
There's how many people are watching?
I'm on, so I'm one.
We are by ourselves right now.
Well, I was going to take this rare
We are
opportunity
live.
to say
It's okay.
the t-shirt order has been filled.
By
so
Jeremy.
if you ordered a t-shirt, it will show up. Congratulations.
Good job.
That reminds me, I'm going to check real quick here, see if any last second things snuck through.
If there's any final orders through. So that was kind of fun for our first run.
So when's
You
the
can see the day Jeremy fulfilled the rest of the orders.
So it looks like what? 2 t-shirts are ordered, and then like what? 1
There are
t-shirt was ordered?
three. There were 2 like on the first weekend, and then there was 1 randomly, and then Jeremy ordered the rest.
Nice.
I wonder who ordered them all.
You know who it is.
Oh, Gabe. Yeah.
No, or Brad.
Oh, no, that I meant. Yeah.
Yeah, or Brad.
Or Brad.
Look how far away you guys are. Oh my gosh, hold on. This is the wrong thing. You guys are seeing the back feet. There we go. Now you guys can see
I was
yourself.
gonna say. I was watching, and I was like, oh, we're lagging.
Yeah, Twitch and OBS are on the same screen right now.
Oh, gotcha. So, Jeremy, what came out this week and Friday? Yesterday.
What came out?
Yeah. What did we play yesterday?
Oh, the Halo beta came out. It came out a week ago.
Oh, it came out a week ago.
It came out a week ago. So
We
okay.
didn't get the invite. Oh, David, what? Took us
So,
a week.
all right. Well, we're going to get into the video game section of the podcast now to start off with. So, Chris, have you seen the new Pokemon Arceus trailer that dropped a day or 2 ago?
I have not.
Oh, it looks so good. So
You can change your hair and your clothes.
So this one's I'm super excited for Diamond and Pearl. So Diamond and Pearl, did that not have like the fashion show?
I think so. I never did it.
Because I am excited for all the ribbons, but now it shows like you can actually like make poffins with your Pokemon, and I'm curious to see if the Pokemon Diamond and Pearl on the Switch can have Pokemon from like Sword or like Pokemon Home being sent over, because that would be really nice to be able to send some dudes over that that we've had for a while. But
yeah.
I'm streaming on Twitch, and it's
your phone.
Is it just my phone?
It's your phone. Yep.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Okay.
Are you on LTE? You're on LTE. It's your phone.
It was
Twitch
stuck on
app
11 seconds, so.
On the, what do you call T-Mobile, Chris?
What? The drug dealer network?
Twitch on the drug dealer network. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. You have to be on Wi-Fi if you're going to be on your phone watching Twitch. It just doesn't work otherwise.
Is it a cell card?
Well, no, because you're going to be sucking up the bandwidth. It's probably fine, but we're talking about video games.
Okay, we're talking about video games. I just want to make sure that we're actually streaming and it's not.
We
like,
are. That's what.
okay.
Look at the green box. You know better than this.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure it's not frozen or something like that.
No, it's not frozen. So anyways, so Pokemon Arceus looks super, super, super fun. There's a new trailer that dropped and they showed some more things. And so you have your own health now and your Pokemon have health. So like you can get knocked out and there's going to be Guardian Pokemon that you got to fight. And I'm super excited for that. But the thing that Kara was talking about is we've been long-term Halo fans. I've been playing Halo since the beginning.
Yep.
And
that's what got me into gaming.
Halo Infinite comes out December 8th. But I signed up for the beta and
Did you though?
David is the only one who got in. I did. I signed up for the beta.
Oh, wait, it was a lottery?
Yeah, it was a lottery beta, or like not even maybe a
Yeah,
lottery.
it'd technically be a closed beta that's invite only.
Yeah, it's invite only. So it's a closed beta. Yeah, a closed beta.
So how did you...
Just remember, last year around this time, David and I were in the competition for Gamerscore. That's all I'm saying. And maybe because David has gotten more Gamerscore than me in the past 9 months is the reason why.
For real? Like,
No, you're completely unrelated.
I was going to say he's pulling...
We're going to the ultra wide just because of how disappointed I am in you, Jeremy. Brad says, I just want to say watermelon Red Bull with Chick-fil-A lemonade and a splash of grain is quite nice.
Ooh, I could go for a drink right now. Should we introduce alcohol in this? Or
we should. We should.
And then Gabe is also here doing... I don't even have any idea who this...
It's just a lady waving.
Emote is, but
Hey
yeah.
guys.
Hey.
I forget that you can see all those things now. I'm going to switch you back. No,
I want to talk to, so where's Gabe? He's here?
What? Yeah, well, at least somebody logged into his account is here and something.
I just want to say, Gabe, I love the fact. So Gabe got a new. I'm not going to talk about your personal life. It's just he works for a different dealership. I think that's fine to say. So I just think it's hilarious that he posted a funny picture of Garfield and it's like in your own workplace, and it's got like a picture of like when you visit your old workplace and you're not allowed there anymore. But I've been following his posts on Facebook and it makes me super happy. So.
Yes.
Anyway, so back to Halo. So David got into the closed beta, and then the first weekend, he's like, this is fun, but it'd be way more fun if I had other people to play with. And so as soon as he said that, they emailed him, and they're like, oh, hey, here's one invite code for a friend.
One.
And he sent it to me. He didn't send it to anybody else. He sent it to me.
So guess who else was able to play because of family share?
So because of family sharing, Kara also got to play in on the beta, even though they tried to authenticate her like 75,000
Yeah, every single time I clicked a button, it was like, who are you? And I was like,
yeah, who are you?
And they're like, who are you? Every single time.
It's like the bouncer at the club when he knows that you snuck past or somebody let you in the back door type of thing. And he's like, who are you again? Who are you again? You're not supposed to be here.
I got my stamp. It's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of bouncers and stuff or whatever, I know that it wasn't your favorite episode of Ted Lasso, but it reminded me of Ted Lasso, which reminds me that I'm going to try and watch some episodes tonight, so get ready to send me a code.
So if you just text me like a second beforehand, I can get you the code as soon as it comes.
Well, I mean, that one day where I was like, it was like midnight, and for some reason you were still up, and you sent me the code anyway.
Okay, what night isn't Jeremy up until midnight? This is his alone time, and he sits in games until...
Hey, no, I am a very solitary person. The nighttime is the absolute best.
Because no
for
one
not being bothered by
bothers you.
people. Exactly.
Nobody can bother you.
I got a phone call today asking for remote computer help again, and it's like... At least the person Googled it like 600 times, but Google wasn't helping him out. And I told them you need to Google better.
My buddy Nick, like IT manager or something, he said all IT is people that are really good at Google.
That's it. Yep. And so I told him, I was like, you're having a very specific problem, and you can find the answer on Google. And so I used your that guy who we should throw up again sometime and just give him a shout out. Remember when you were trying to use remote into your computer? and you specifically were using Photoshop and the brush tool would cause it to crash.
Yeah, yep. And it's
like,
oh yeah, that one super hyper corner case, and he knew exactly what the problem was.
Yep.
Kara
What?
commenting on Twitch.
What? I'm just laughing at what Gabe said.
Yeah, he said he left his old workplace in a blaze of glory, so that's what the meme is about.
Yeah, so it was just funny because it was like Garfield, and then it was like no Garfield allowed, but then Garfield's sitting there smiling at like the no Garfield allowed, and then it was when you visit your old job and you're no longer welcome. I'm trying to think. Have I ever left a job? Yeah, I have left a job on bad terms, sort of.
I would say I probably left.
They wanted me back, but I didn't want them. So.
Oh yeah, I guarantee you, my former employer would want me back because he currently doesn't have a hygienist.
You're so funny.
What? Okay.
So just a quick note, with the way that you guys are positioned right now, you do have to have a little bit more mic discipline. It's like when you turn to Jeremy, you're coming through more on his mic than on yours.
You know what?
No, don't move. Don't touch anything. Don't move.
I'm over here now. I live here. I'm looking at the camera. See, it's great. It's fine.
Ooh, when you stab the lens, it looks nice. See, don't look at the TV, Kara.
Why? I like looking at the TV.
No.
I looked at the camera. I wiggled my eyebrows a couple times.
Now you're just creeping people out. You're creeping people out.
Who's saying
All right, we're backing up again. You guys can't be trusted with close-ups
creeped out
anymore.
by my eyebrow wiggle.
All right, so I was thinking about doing this last week, and between all the stuff that we were talking about, it kind of went through the cracks, but you had mentioned we've done 127 episodes.
Yep.
Are you guys interested to hear some of the classic television shows that we've done more episodes than?
Ooh,
yes.
Friends.
That's an amazing topic.
No, Friends went over 200
We have done more episodes than Ted Lasso.
Yeah.
No poop, Sherlock. You're talking classic TV shows.
We've done more episodes than Star Trek, the original series.
Hot Day with William Shatner.
They did 80 episodes.
My parents are watching that again.
We've done more episodes than Columbo.
Wow.
68 episodes.
Who's the main character that everybody loves in Columbo?
Peter Falk.
Okay, got it.
He plays Detective Frank Columbo.
Got it.
We've done more episodes than the original run of DuckTales.
Ooh, I love that show.
They went exactly 100 episodes.
Asterisk on that. Jeremy loves the new DuckTales.
I do.
That's probably, I've seen a couple episodes. I like it.
No, it's good. It's good. But Jeremy refuses to watch the old DuckTales.
I know, it's not that I refuse. I just don't have the time.
Old DuckTales holds up for what it's worth.
I wanted him to watch the old DuckTales with me, and he didn't want to. But then we went and watched the new DuckTales together.
Webby is much better in the new DuckTales.
I would agree with that. Webby's super cool in the new DuckTales.
Like, she's a legit character,
She's just
a
kinda
full-blown
like-
character now.
I'm a little girl in the first one, in the originals.
I was just about to say I relate with Webby's like style or how she acts, but then you're like, I'm a little girl duck.
In the original one. In the new one, she's like...
yeah, a BA.
Yeah, in the new one, she's like, I'm going to kick your butt. Who are you and why are you here?
Yeah, so it's just Kara as a duck.
Pretty much.
Fire Nation.
I will kill you. Just kidding.
We've done more episodes than Batman the Animated Series.
Dang.
Is that the Mark Hamill Joker one?
Yes.
Yep.
We've done more episodes than Spider-Man the Animated Series.
Really?
Dang. Okay.
More episodes than The Sopranos.
Wow. I have not yet watched The Sopranos.
It's so freaking good.
I've heard that.
I'm trying to think of other ones that people would know.
Probably than Game of Thrones.
How much has Monk done? How many did Monk do?
We have not caught up to Monk yet.
What about Psych?
Right.
I'm going through the list right now.
Got it.
We have more episodes than The Shield.
Oh. Speaking of which,
sorry, that's the stupid block is being.
What's a show that's like Sopranos that everybody's telling me I have to watch? It's very similar to Sopranos. It's a gangster show.
What, I don't know. The Wire, I'm guessing, is the one that everyone thinks that you should watch.
It's not Gangs in New York, but it's something like along that lines because that's a movie. I don't remember, but it doesn't matter.
I'll think about
era?
it. We've done more episodes than Prison Break.
Prison Break, good show.
Done
Good
more
first
episodes than
season.
Entourage.
Good first season. So when we watched, not to bring it up, but when we watched The Devil Wears Prada, the main character of Entourage. Have you watched Entourage, Chris?
Nope. Jeremy Piven's the main character, isn't he?
What's his name?
Jeremy Piven.
Well, he's a strong lead, but the main character is the actor. So Jeremy Piven's his agent, and then he has his entourage. And anyways, that's the boyfriend of Anne Hathaway in Devil Wears Prada as well. So I had only ever seen him in Entourage, and that's it. And then it's really funny too because I loved Narcos on Netflix. And if that's all about Pablo Escobar. and the main character in the entourage, like there's a whole season based upon how he is in a Pablo Escobar film or TV show.
Okay.
And it stinks. So then they just cut an awesome trailer, and then they sell the rights right before it's supposed to go to theatrical. So they basically like dump the bag on whoever buys it at like Cannes Film Festival or something. So they get everyone even more hyped for it.
It's Cannes Film Festival, isn't it?
What? It's Cannes.
Is it Cannes? C-A-N-N-E-S?
C-A-N-N-E-S is pronounced can.
Oh.
Like a can of soup. We have 2 episodes more than Monk. It has 125.
Ooh.
Are there any other shows that you're just curious about where we stand versus?
Well, Jeremy said Psych. I would assume we're more than maybe. I don't know. There was what, 7 seasons of Psych?
We have more episodes than Psych.
How many did that have?
120.
Dang. So not that much more.
Any other shows that you were wondering how we're stacking up against?
SpongeBob.
Not even close.
I was going to say, that's still going, isn't it?
400 episodes, doesn't he?
How many does The Simpsons have?
Over 600.
Hot dang. That's the longest running cartoon in existence, right?
Sponge.
Okay, the longest running anything in existence.
There's 248 episodes of SpongeBob.
Oh.
How was
We'll reel them in.
There's 706 episodes of The Simpsons.
And that's still going.
How many episodes of Pokemon are there? I suppose that's probably hard to find because they have
because there's so many different.
1,115.
Wow.
That's across all the leagues.
Holy.
Okay. I got a Boardwalk Empire, Jeremy. Is that the?
That's the one.
Thank you, Brad.
Of
course, it'd be Brad.
course.
Just catching up with chat real quick here. Swanky says, just so Kara knows, I've witnessed all of her abuse to Jeremy and Brownie. Thank you. When we go to court and have to put Kara away for abuse.
About?
Well, I almost punched you in the beginning of this episode.
This is true.
Yeah, so it would have been justified.
Yep, it would have been. Jeremy's got to handle his flailing arms.
No, I'm gesticular. Leave me alone.
Swanky says, I'll always remember Jeremy Piven from PCU. What's PCU?
I don't know if I've seen PCU. Jeremy Piven in Entourage is absolutely hilarious. I don't know.
Brad says Narcos was pretty well done. There are 992 episodes of One Piece.
So just to be funny, does anybody, or not to be funny, but does anybody know who one of the main characters in is Narcos?
Pablo Escobar.
Pedro Pascal, Mando.
Pedro Pascal, yeah.
The guy who plays Mando. He's the main character in it. Really, really good show. He's chasing after... Oh, it's so good. He walks the line of being corrupt, but also following the rules. It's really good. It's
in Narcos?
Yes.
I haven't watched it.
It's really fantastic.
How many episodes are in Fargo?
Not that many. 40.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Jeremy thinks I look like... What's her face?
Looks like there's 20.
In Fargo?
Yeah.
Oh, dang. That's not a lot.
There's 4 seasons of it. I thought there was 10 per, but...
I don't know. It says Fargo, number of episodes, 20.
Interesting.
There's 24 episodes of True Detective. Any other things you want to check while we're doing this, or do you think the bit's over?
No, I just think that's interesting that we're just sneaked ahead of... So it seems like 120 is probably a pretty good average, if not 100, because it's 100...
Well, 100 to get syndicated.
Yep. And then usually things wrap up after that, right? So there's usually a season or 2 of wrap up after the fact.
Well, so usually episode 100 happens somewhere between seasons 5 and 7. Once you've been running that long, you're pretty much tapped at, like, for example, I know you guys love the Big Bang Theory.
I was going to say, what about Big Bang?
After season 5 or 6,
A Big Bang, I totally agree.
How many episodes of Big Bang are there, though?
Oh.
And How I Met Your Mother.
7 seasons or 8
279 Big Bang Theory.
Dang.
Wait, how many?
279.
Wait, there's 2. Well, I suppose there's a lot more per season, and it went for 8 seasons or whatever it went
208 for How I Met Your Mother.
Dang. How I Met Your Mother is really good. I was talking to one of my coworkers. I don't remember why I brought this up. Somebody said something about running a marathon without, without training. And so it made me think of the episode where Marshall was supposed to run the full marathon and ended up breaking his big toe. And then Barney's like, oh, I could do that without any training. And so he does, but then he gets on the subway to go home and he's feeling good and everything. And then his stop comes and he tries to get up and he can't because his body has shut down. It's really funny.
It's super good.
I told Ross that and he thought it was the funniest thing when I told him that.
For the record, I can't believe how good the starry background looks. I really, really, really love it.
You're welcome.
So there's this new person that I've met, and it's really funny. So he saw the background and thought it was just absolutely cool, and then we started talking. He's like, "I'm a huge nerd," and he's into quasars and like gold. So your ring there was not enough pressure to make gold or silver on the formation of the Earth. So that comes from an exploding star.
Yeah, everything heavier than like iron, I think, can only be formed inside of a star.
Yep. So you like
That's really cool. So this came from space.
Yeah, molecules in your gold ring.
Brad.
What do you say?
He says it's the perfect background for hanging ships. He also said, I was watching the new Sheldon series and it's kind of decent. I was pleasantly surprised.
Young Sheldon?
Yes.
I have not seen any of that yet, but
I haven't either.
So I showed this person because they wanted to watch it. So I was like, well, here's our current episode. Here's the old studio. And then here's the first episode. And he saw the first episode and he's like, oh, it's Sheldon and Cooper and Fun with Flags. And I was like, yeah, it is. I get that.
Hi, I'm Kara with Rise of the Podcast.
That's even.
And this is Fun with Flags. I don't know. Whatever.
That was even better than what it was back in the day.
It was. It truly was.
Oh, it's so
It was
funny.
cringy.
I don't know if you guys ever watched Frasier or not, but guess how many episodes of Frasier there were?
So
I have no idea. AJ loves Frasier.
I love Frasier too.
I know that if Frasier's the doctor.
Yeah, he's a psychiatrist, radio psychiatrist in Seattle.
I always get him and Third Rock from the Sun mixed up.
John Lithgow.
Oh, John Lithgow's Third Rock, or is he Frasier? Oh, see, that's why. Frasier's better than Third Rock, right?
I mean, I think so. I really enjoyed Third Rock from the Sun, but I think Frasier. I personally prefer Frasier, but
which is the one with the dad who's now dead in real life, and then they had a Jack Russell.
That's Frasier.
Oh, that's a good show. Yeah, that's a great show.
I haven't watched it.
I don't know why I can't.
Like that was in the late '90s or whatever. This is what people were calling "quote unquote" the smartest show on TV.
Really?
Well, yeah, because he's like, you have Kelsey Grammer, who's like, "Oh, hello, I'm Kelsey Grammer." Oh, Niles, how could you? I was trying to drink that wine.
Kelsey Grammer's Frasier.
Yes.
Now it's all clicking, and that's the baby. I hear those blues a calling.
Yeah, tossed salad and scrambled eggs.
You never watched Frasier?
No.
It's
It's very, very good.
How many episodes of that were there?
Take a stab.
202.
245.
Oh, close. 264.
Ooh, I was gonna say 250, and I rounded down by 5. I don't know. How many episodes? This is the biggest TV show I can think of besides maybe The Simpsons. Maybe it's bigger. Of either Let's Make a Deal or Price is Right.
Oh, that's going to be, let's see, Price is Right.
What about Jeopardy?
9,000.
No way!
It's 5 episodes a week every week since the 70s.
Yeah, we're never going to beat them.
Nope.
And think about this. When we started, the gap was less to how many episodes we have out now.
Well, yeah, they make 5 episodes to every one we make. We'd have to start doing live streams twice a day for 20 years, twice a day for 20 years to catch up to them.
No thanks.
No
thanks.
Goodness.
I'll be 53.
I want to go back to like Halo Beta at some point. But another thing too, Chris, we were talking with this person about the quasars and stuff, and then about nerdy stuff. As you get closer to the edge of because the universe is constantly expanding.
Yep.
As you get closer to the edge, does it technically get thinner and thinner and thinner, and it's just like as wide as a piece of paper at the edge, or is the volume? Yeah, that makes sense because it would be like a sphere, right? Kind of like how a galaxy is.
Oh yeah, so I'm glad that you brought that up because there was a question that I had a long time ago that didn't make sense until this was explained to me. I was always like, whenever you see a model of the solar system, everything's always like, it's like the sun, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, like everything's just like in a line, right?
Right.
And I was like, wouldn't it make sense if like the sun is here and then like Mercury orbits like this and then Venus orbits like this, you know, like different planes of rotation.
More like a molecule or an atom diagram, right?
Yeah.
Rather than on a plane.
But so in a similar way to the way that rings form around a planet, it's called accretion. So basically stuff gets collapsed under the force of gravity until it forms something that's dense enough to basically become a solid body or a gaseous body or whatever. And the other material starts spinning essentially. And as it spins, it's flattened and squished out. And that's what turns into the accretion disk. So that's what rings are on planets. That's what we are to the sun. Like we were formed out of the accretion disk material of the formation of the solar system.
See, that's really interesting. That's super interesting to me.
In a similar, so like as you get to the edge of a galaxy, yes, it technically would be thinner, but like the edge of the universe necessarily, there's not. It depends on like if you could just hypothetically be teleported to like quote unquote edge, there's still no edge that we know of because of the way that it's expanding or whatever.
Right.
So it doesn't matter. It's like then there's the observable universe, which is, whatever it is, 14.5 billion years of light speed travel or whatever. But volumetrically speaking, I don't think it would look any different than any other part of the galaxy in terms of like, it's like, oh, the galaxy got shorter over here. Like there'd be no way to know.
Well, yeah, it's just weird to think of though, right? Because then if you think about it as it being like tall as it is wide, that would mean the galaxy's a cube, right? And growing bigger as a cube.
Or a sphere.
And it's probably not. Yeah, it's probably a sphere. Well, a sphere would, yeah. But then that means there's a hard edge, and then it's like, what's on the other side of the edge? It just
and that's the thing too. It's like these are unanswerable questions.
So how far out do we have a space probe?
What's it called? The Oort cloud. How far
it is
away
What's the name
is
of the,
Voyager 1?
Voyager 1. Look at Chris, known as
14 billion miles. It entered interstellar space in 2012.
So that means it left our solar system.
Yep, interstellar means between solar systems.
So that thing is not in, what is it? The sun solar system? Is that the name?
Yeah, so everything that is in gravitational rotation around the sun is part of our solar system. So there's the sun, all the planets, the asteroid belt, the comets, and I think it's called the Oort cloud. Give me 1 second.
But this is the Sol system, right? SOL?
No, solar, SOLAR.
Oh, ours is the solar system.
Yeah.
It's not the Sol system.
No, there's no such thing as a soul system. I mean, unless you're talking about some sort of video game where you like collect souls.
No, that's Dark Souls.
The Oort cloud is a spherical layer of icy objects surrounding our sun, a star, which I don't know why they had to explain what the sun was, and likely occupies a space at a distance between 200,000 and 100,000 astronomical units. An astronomical unit is the distance between the Earth and the sun.
That's absolutely crazy.
So what's powering Voyager 1 then?
No, I think it's all momentum now.
Yeah.
Is Voyager
no vacuum,
1.
Or there's no,
I suppose.
There's nothing in space.
Right, if you... Like in the episode of Love, Death, Robots.
Oh, it uses thermoelectric generators. In approximately 2025, it will no longer be able to supply enough electric power to operate its instruments.
So it won't be able to power its instruments,
still
but
travel,
it'll still be able to...
Yeah, it'll still go, but we won't be able to communicate with it.
Yeah, we won't be able to
And won't be able to make any
so
measurements.
Sad.
When
It was
did they launch
launched
it?
44 years and 27 days ago.
Okay.
Wow.
So back in...
I can tell you the exact
70s,
launch date in 1
That
second
thing
here.
is traveling away from us at the same rate as Price is Right is creating episodes more than us.
September 5th of 1977.
Boom! I was right, 77.
Wow, cool. Same year Star Wars came out.
Yep.
Lot.
That was
77.
only what, like 4 months after Star Wars.
Dang.
77 is a dang good year.
That's what really pushed them to actually launch it. Star Wars. What else is out there?
Right. So again, I want to get back to like video game stuff because that's super fun. But as a little tangent, Kara and I were watching, was it yesterday? When did we watch it?
I don't know. What did we watch?
Free Guy?
Yesterday.
So yesterday we were able to watch Free Guy, and that was super funny. It's the new Ryan Reynolds movie, and we wanted to go see it in theaters, but we couldn't because of our son. And
That movie's been pending coming out since before COVID. I thought.
It was.
Yeah. And so we were finally able to watch it, and it's really good. I mean, it's not like
It's hilarious.
It's not like an A comedy, but it's like a B+ for grade. It's what you.
What would you put in the A comedy tier just for people's reference?
Well, I compare it to like as funny as Army of Darkness is like a B+ comedy to me.
Okay.
I think Free Guy was way funnier than Army of Darkness.
I love Bruce Campbell.
I know you do. So there you go. You got to take what Jeremy says with a grain of salt.
No, Chris, what do you rate Army of Darkness? B.
It's got a lot of nostalgia for me, so it's creeping into that A territory.
I was going to say, take away the nostalgia, though.
I can't. That's the problem. Nostalgia is a tangible aspect of things.
So I'm trying to think of what I.
For example, like UHF which neither of you have seen. I believe.
I have to watch it. It's a Weird Al movie.
The nostalgia factor alone for it makes it one of my all-time favorite movies. Is it a great movie? No, it's an okay movie, but it does all the things that 14-year-old me loved, and I can't
Maybe
not
I would have to say
value that.
This is probably the epitome of an unpopular opinion. Like, I think it was funnier than Deadpool. So maybe Free Guy was an A, and then Deadpool would be like a B+ to me. Maybe I have to bump it up. I'm trying to think of what's funnier than that to me. I mean, way back in the day, like I thought like Wedding Crashers was super funny, like those type of ones.
Rom-coms?
The first I don't
know if I would count Wedding Crashers as a rom-com.
It's not a rom-com.
I've never seen it.
That's more like a bro-com.
It's like a bro-com.
Like Step Brothers.
Tom Bro-com.
Step Brothers is really funny.
Step Brothers is like the only Will Ferrell movie that I can tolerate.
So I feel like it's different types of humor then.
Well, yeah, just like there's different types of like action films.
Well, could we just probably say that Ryan Reynolds has his own genre of comedy in and of himself? It's just Ryan Reynolds.
What,
comedy.
handsome comedy?
Well, Chris, they cracked that joke in that movie so many times.
Yeah.
Everybody.
There was one girl, I don't even know if I should say it, but she said that she would jump those pixels.
Yeah, because he's an NPC, right? He doesn't exist, or whatever. It was really quick. There was a bunch of references at the end that were really, really nostalgic, like just a bunch of references that were really good. And that's what I've liked about this show Kara has us watching is Glitch Text, is these things were written.
Sounds like Blistex.
So when we've talked a little bit about it, but these shows,
I know we did, yeah.
These shows were written by people who were definitely
gamers.
Not only gamers, but probably around our age range.
Probably,
because they make good references.
People our age are the people that are currently employed as writers, I would say.
Yeah.
Like plus or minus 5 years, I say, is easily the range of people that are like the main writing staffs.
And it shows. It really shows. It's just super good. It's been fun.
And then to go off of that, I watched another show called The Last Kids on Earth. It's based off the books The Last Kids on Earth. And it's cute, whatever. But there's Mark Hamill voices one character and Bruce Campbell voices another. And they're in this big major battle. And Mark Hamill's character is like, oh, what I wouldn't give for a chainsaw. And Bruce Campbell's character says, oh, what I wouldn't give for a laser sword.
That's the kind of meta humor that I'm here for.
Yeah, I thought it was really funny.
Kara told me about that, and I'm like, that is absolutely brilliant. And the thing, it would fall on so many, like anybody under the age of, I don't know, 18
age it's
maybe?
aimed for,
They'd
been like,
they would,
the laser sword maybe, but they would have had to know that the one character was Bruce Campbell. And the other was Mark Hamill.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. They still cracked the joke. Mm-hmm. I love it. I love that the people are willing to make those jokes.
Yep.
Because if you know it's there, if you get it, and it's funny. There was a reference in Glitch Text that you didn't get that I got from one of the episodes.
Oh, it was the box.
Oh, yeah. So, for example, I know you at least know of Solid Snake, Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, I'm pretty fairly familiar.
So, this kid, the entire episode is trying to hide, and the very, very last scene, it's in a cardboard box, and the parents walk in, and they're like, hi, so-and-so, and he's like, darn it, and he's busted again, but he's hiding in a cardboard box, and it's like the box from Solid.
That's a very iconic That's almost as iconic as the exclamation point with that note.
Well, that's what I was trying to tell Kara, and I can't mimic the sound effect, but it's very memeable. That is probably the second most meme sound behind the Wilhelm scream.
Yeah.
It is the Metal.
Yeah, whenever somebody's surprised or taken aback or discovered doing something, that is the noise that people use.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
I have it downloaded somewhere. I've used it.
It is so funny.
I think I used it in one of the Lego build videos.
I think you did. Actually,
when I think one of you noticed something, and I downloaded it for a different thing for Jim. But
if you heard it, you would.
Oh, I'm sure. I'd be like, oh, that's a sound.
Kara would be like, oh, that's the meme sound. I'd be like, no, that's Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, I got to catch up a little bit on chat.
Sounds good.
When you were talking about the soul system, Brad said soul sister.
Yeah.
Swanky confirmed Oort Cloud is the edge of the solar system. He also said, what, you haven't seen UHF? Unsubscribe me, please.
Chris has.
Yeah, I've seen it multiple. That might be the second most watched movie I've seen.
I was going to say, I get a pass. I lived a sheltered life growing up.
You can totally watch UHF.
No, I can. Oh, my parents will
No, it's like, what's it rated? G? PG?
I think it's PG. Let me check real
Okay,
quick.
PG, like my parents really had to
You're
like
kidding
dead
me.
serious. PG-13 was like, nope, we're not watching that.
Lord of the Rings.
PG-13, 1 hour 37 minutes.
Okay, Lord of the Rings is different because it's based off of classic books.
This is based off a classic Weird Al, the least offensive comedian that ever has graced this earth.
We have a Weird Al kids book for Chip.
Yep.
Yeah, you and I are not my parents.
Fran Drescher, who played the nanny in the future, is in this film. Michael Richards, who played Kramer in Seinfeld, is in this film. There's so many good people in there. Emo Phillips.
Huh.
Great movie.
Well, like we've talked about before, people feel actually honored if Weird Al chooses to do a parody of their song. So
Who is it? Who he wanted to do a parody? Was it Katy? No, it was
Lady Gaga.
It was Lady Gaga,
didn't let
or
him do
was
a
it
parody.
Taylor Swift?
I thought it was Lady Gaga,
Okay, wanted to do a parody of one of her songs, and she's like,
but maybe has he done a Lady Gaga song?
What? Yeah, he did Born This Way as Performed This Way.
Then it wasn't her.
So it was Taylor Swift. I'm
So
pretty sure it was Taylor.
her camp had initially shut it down, and then he released it for free on YouTube. And then she saw it and she's like, why didn't I hear about this? And then she approved it, so then it went on the album.
Got it.
Prince and Paul McCartney both shut him down a bunch of times.
Prince, I'm not even surprised about.
Yeah.
Well, so
I
the
know-
Prince thing, I thought was just him being Prince, but apparently, like there's this whole thing with like who owns what part of the songs and stuff like that or whatever.
Oh, for
and he
Prince.
was so disenfranchised with the way that like musical copyright system worked that like he didn't want to even let something that is a derivative work of his be like Weird Al could have just done it, but he respects the artists enough to like just seek their permission.
Right.
But that's why he didn't release an album for 20 years is one of those things. Like he wanted to be the owner of his music.
That makes sense.
Anyway, so catching up on some more chat, Swanky says, this is back when we were talking about the background and I just missed it initially. Speaking of which, what you all gonna do to meet the affiliate standards for Twitch being one stream a week won't cut it. So that's when we were thinking about doing like a Pokemon Nuzlocke or some other like gaming stuff or whatever to help, because like I think we have to do something
Should we
like
tell them what I
we have to
thinking
stream
about
at
doing?
least 8 times a month, I think, to be able to do it, and then we have to get 50 followers, 8 streams a month, and average 3
I think
viewers
I
per
can
stream.
get that if I do what Jeremy and I are thinking about doing.
Topless streams.
Which is illegal on Twitch.
Yeah, it is. Bottomless streams.
No, so I've been really enjoying. So I'm obsessed with the Dark Souls series, and we watched Free Guy, and I caught a little reference to Dark Souls and Free Guy, which was awesome.
Okay, I think it was funny because it was the Dark Souls game case for Xbox, and the little girl is clearly a PC gamer.
Clearly,
So she's sitting on her computer gaming,
but
and
it doesn't
she's got
mean
a
a 360 isn't out of the picture.
But I mean, they had it stacked right next to her computer.
That's
So I think
that's
that
just
was-
maybe where she wants to keep her games.
But wouldn't you keep your Xbox games next to your Xbox?
No, that would make too much sense.
Yeah,
Keith-
we all know that people that own Xboxes don't use their brain.
Keith approved continuity error or whatever.
All right, whatever. Okay.
So I've loved Dark Souls, and like I said, so I'm trying to tell Kara. One time I got her to sit down and try Dark Souls, and she fought the first boss,
I rage quit.
and she rage quit. So I said,
True
Kara,
story.
I didn't like Dark Souls either the first time I played it. I didn't like Dark Souls the first time I played it. The second time I went back and played it, I
Did
actually
you
had a
beat
little
it
bit
the
of a-
first time you played it?
I only made it to the first level. Like I got to the first world and I died like
Did you
2
beat the
times.
first boss?
No, I didn't even get that far.
Oh, what?
Well, no, I beat the first boss, but
I was gonna say I got to. How did I? Okay, never mind.
I made it farther than you did. I think I might have actually had you play Dark Souls 3 first and not the first one.
It's the one where you're in like this circular ruin.
That's Lord of Cinder. That's Dark Souls 3.
Okay.
I played Dark Souls 1 first. But anyways, so
It was painful.
we all know that the games are known for being very punishing. So From Software has made the following games. Here's the list. I'm sorry if this is boring. You can stop me at any time. But first one was Demon Souls, which came out on PS3. Then it was Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 2, Bloodborne, Dark Souls 3, and then now Sekiro. And then Elden Ring comes out next year. So Sekiro I picked up, and I did not like Sekiro at all the first time I played it. I played it for an hour and a half, and I was like, I'm not getting this. It wasn't what I was expecting. Same developer, and I just thought, this is not
You're
Dark
trying to
Souls.
compare it to Dark Souls.
I was trying to compare
and
it to Dark Souls. So I let it go. And then I've had such a lull in the action for like having a game I want to play for a long time. I'm like, I'm going to go give Sekiro a second chance. And now it is probably one of my top 3 favorite video games of all time.
Is that the Shadows Die Twice thing?
Yes, and that was, I told Kara, I was like, I need you to re-download Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. She's like, why do I have to download it twice?
I thought he meant maybe on each console, but
No.
I was like,
Just download it, delete it, and then reinstall it again, please. And
it's
so
a glitch.
That really made me laugh.
it's the closest thing to Endofoction that Kara's ever done. You know, but it's not your fault. Anybody. I could have texted, my mom and said, hey, can you download this game for me?
Okay, I know more about gaming than your mom does.
No, but I'm saying if I said, can you download Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, she would probably say the same thing. Why twice? Because it could totally be Sekiro Shadows Die. Like, that makes sense.
Yeah.
The fact that they died twice is it's silly. But it is
silly.
It's because
you explained me the lore, and I know now why. It makes sense.
How good is the lore?
The lore is really good. So, Jared, we went out to the Bayfield Apple Fest today.
Snooze.
It was really good, and the food was so good. Anyway, so we're driving out there, and I offered to drive there so Jeremy wouldn't have to drive 4 hours basically today and then drive to Cloquet as well. Anyway, so on the drive, Chip fell asleep, and so Jeremy started to explain to me and tell me the lore and this whole entire story behind Sekiro. And I was like, oh, I understand why you like this. This is actually kind of cool. Like, there's a lot of stuff that goes into this. And there's some stuff that's Jeremy told me about it, and now I want to just go into the game and just kill some mother truckers.
So what we're thinking about doing, or would be a fun stream maybe, is to watch Kara try to play it, because
I will rage quit at some point.
By
I will
dying.
Rage quit.
You have to fail at this game in order to succeed.
I'm okay with dying twice.
No, you're gonna die.
But when I am punched in the face 500 times,
It's a battle of wills.
I think a Sekiro stream would do really well with Kara playing and rage quitting, but it could be a good lead up for maybe possibly doing Elden Ring when it launches.
Yeah.
So that their new game comes out January of next year.
So if I stream Elden Rings, then I think maybe people would find it funny if I'm rage quitting, and maybe I don't know.
She's gonna get frustrated.
Oh, I will. Jeremy showed me a YouTube video of a lady fighting one of the bosses in Sekiro. And
Genshiro, in case anybody's played.
Yeah. And she is me. You can just see how focused she is. And her it shows her in one corner, her husband in the other, and he's watching her, and he's like, you've got it. And her health bar is like this, and she goes and does the death blow. And then she drops the controller, not realizing you need to do
every
it twice.
boss. There's every time you play, you build up their poise, and once their poise is full, you can get a death blow. Well, and then a death blow would normally kill them. So with the bosses, there's the first one that they always parry or deflect. So you have to immediately follow it with another one.
Oh no!
So she gets it,
and she goes and does the second death blow.
Barely gets it,
and she's not yes, I finally did it or anything. She's just just stone cold, just super mad. And he's like, aren't you happy? You beat him. Good job. And she's like, no, I'm pissed. I hate you. Oh yeah, she's like.
So she kills him, and this was a 6 hours they've been playing.
Yeah, she's like, I just wasted 6 hours of my life.
And she goes. When she finally does stab him, she's talking to Genshiro, the guy she killed. She's like, I hate you. 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 And it was just really reminded me of Kara, because that's what it would be like when you feed a boss. But the reason why these games are so ridiculously addicting is they just set the difficulty level so high that when you do win, it really is as EA would say, a sense of pride and accomplishment when you win.
And she was mad. She was like, nope, I'm pissed. She's like, I just wasted 6 hours of my life.
And he's like, you should be happy. And she's like, I'm not happy.
I'm impressed though. So I said her health bar was super low, and then she chugged gourd, and I was like, dang, that girl still got health. She still got health. What?
Just gourd left.
Yeah, gourd's left. Okay. I would have used that stuff up years ago. That'd have been gone.
It's such a good fight. It's such a good game. It's literally it should be called Sakura the parry simulator because all you do through the entire game is time
Parry.
your deflects. And
Well, I feel like that was once you got to like the harder stages of the first Assassin's Creed, the only way you could do anything was with parry.
yeah, yep.
Because like, and I set the game down for a couple of weeks and then went back to it and was like, I can't even play this game because I like the timing for the parries was just way off.
The first three, all the Ezio ones
Yeah.
were very much more parry dependent.
Yeah. But when you do get a good
Valhalla
parry-
had a lot of parries too, didn't
Yeah,
it?
when you get a good parry, it's like, yes.
Well, that
Yeah, but when the entire combat system is based on it, that's where it gets a little tiresome for me.
Yeah.
that's what. Correct me if I'm wrong, Chris. Doesn't or Gabe or whoever doesn't Assassin's Creed usually come out with a game a year? 'Cause last year was Valhalla, and I thought the year before that was Odyssey, and then the year before that it was Origins, the one that takes place in Egypt. And this year I have not seen anything for an Assassin's Creed game. So
Well, so I believe like they would alternate between console and handheld too. So let's see here.
interesting.
Release history. So Assassin's Creed was 07, 2 was 09, Brotherhood was 10, Revelations was 11, 3 was 12, 4 Black Flag was 13,
So it is.
Assassin's Creed Rogue and Unity both were 2014.
Unity was the glitchy one. I think that everybody hated.
Was that isn't Unity the French
I
Revolution?
think so.
Syndicate was 15, Origins was 17, Odyssey was 18, Valhalla was 20. And then there's some spin-off ones. Altair's Chronicles was 08, Bloodlines and Discovery were 09, Liberation was 12, Pirates was 13, Freedom Cry was 14.
My favorites. I love the
There's a
Ezio.
ton of them.
Ezio's my
the
favorite.
first couple ones were fantastic, and that background story about like the Apple of Eden and all that, I followed through the first ones, and that's continued on, and I have not played them all. But Black Flag was Assassin's Creed 3, the one where he comes to America and you play as a Native American in America with Connor.
Isn't that
or
during the
whatever his name
Revolutionary War?
I
Connor.
believe so. Or right around there.
is. That one is absolutely fantastic. And then
AJ loves that one.
Black Flag is super, super good.
The original Ezio, the first Ezio one, that's my favorite.
The thing about Black Flag, which is really fun, is that it's like a pirate simulator, a good pirate sim.
Yeah.
And,
Swanky said he stopped playing after Black Flag. He enjoyed singing with the sailor shanties in that one.
That one was, that I learned. I always just thought it was like what you do with a drunken sailor, and that was the shanty. There's a bunch of choruses or verses to that song. A bunch.
Oh, I'm sure there is.
Throw him in the brig until he's sober. Oh, yeah. I love that song.
Well, I like in Valhalla, as you're, taking your boats along rivers and stuff like that, you can have your
take your what?
crew. Your boat?
Your what?
Your boat.
Sorry.
Maz says Assassin's Creed 2 and Brotherhood together are great.
The first couple in the series are just fantastic.
I never
Swanky
played-
says the song that you were singing is the best one. I sing it when kayaking.
Is that Swanky?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so good. I love that
That's
song.
hilarious.
I would skip through to get that one to come back.
That's so funny. You need to record yourself doing that and post to YouTube because I think people love that.
Send it in to us and we'll play it on the podcast.
Yeah,
Right?
totally. And then
Jeremy will mail you a GoPro.
right? I will. I've got 4 of them. I have way too many GoPros. I've got a 1, a 4, a 7, a 9. Yeah, that's what I have. Yep.
We'll send you the one.
Hero 10 just got released.
I know, and I want one, but I can't afford it.
I told him no.
I would do it anyways. I always do.
You really do. And then he yells at me if I spend anything over $100.
Because I'm keeping track of everything that's going on. When you buy stuff, not
This episode brought to you by GoPro.
right?
Maz says Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered is pretty good, but a little slow and clunky. The Jacob and Evie Fry Victorian one was also pretty good.
So I did not. I think I did not play the Victorian one.
That's Syndicate, isn't it?
Oh gosh, I don't know.
I'm fairly
after the
certain
first
that
3, I
one's
stopped
Syndicate.
following it because I
Valhalla-
couldn't play a new one every year.
Valhalla was was one of my favorite ones, and then Odyssey I heard was really good, and I bought it for like $20 on a sale for all of the deals, like everything. It was like $100 purchase for $19.99. It was $20. Well worth it, because they always have like the premium edition or whatever. But yeah, so anyways, I thought I was a little surprised, but there was 2 years between Odyssey and Valhalla then. So yeah, then they probably maybe do a 2-year, which that's what drives me nuts about Call of Duty is Call of Duty's every year. And
Well, they have the 2 different developers. There's the Black
Yeah.
Ops line and the Modern Warfare or whatever line.
Treyarch and Infinity Ward.
Yeah, and Treyarch does the Black Ops one.
Yep. And after playing the Black Ops 3, the most recent one, really actually good.
Black Ops 4, I think, is the most recent one.
Well, the most recent one's really, really good. And but after playing the Halo Infinite beta, that's probably going to be one of my favorite shooters. It is really, really good looking.
Well, like you said, it feels like original Halo.
It does. I'm very, very happy with it. So I was really thankful.
Black Ops Cold War is the most recent one.
Black Ops, it won a bunch of awards.
Cold War.
Oh, Cold War is the most recent one.
Yeah, 2020.
Oh, yeah, it's good. It's good. Yeah. It's just sad, Chris, because the state of video gaming now is microtransactions. So even that, you buy the game, right? Then you have every 4 months or 3 months, there's a season, and you have to buy the season passes. You know, and
oh no, we don't have the season passes for.
I bought. So as part of Game Pass, they give you the DLC for Destiny, which is like a perpetual MMORPG. It's basically WoW now or whatever. And they give you the DLC, but they don't give you the battle pass, is what it is.
So you don't get the fun things.
You don't get like exactly. You don't get the skins
emotes
and
yeah.
Kara fired it up yesterday just for nostalgic's sake. And
I thought you said we had to get rid of nostalgia.
Keep playing
Kara.
that.
Yeah, Kara, I thought we had to get rid of nostalgia.
Destiny's a good game.
UHF's a good movie.
But she fired it up, and there's some sweet new emotes and
there is some finishing kills. Yeah. I did a couple finishing kills in a mission, and now it's like I'm so BA.
It's so funny how much Kara likes Destiny. Like
it's a good game.
I can experience something new. So as Barney would say in How I Met Your Mother, new is always better, right? So a new game will come out, and I can appreciate it for what it and be like, oh, this is really, really good. And Destiny is this weird place in Kara's heart where it's like stuff will come out, but she's like, it's good, but it's not Destiny. It's like, it doesn't have to be Destiny. This thing is better than Destiny. And she's like, no, don't talk about Destiny that way.
Destiny got me back into gaming. It really did. I mean, Destiny 2 tanked, like, it was like, but then it got better with the DLC, and now it's really good. Ace of Spades will forever be my true love when it comes to guns.
Here's what's
Sorry,
nice.
Jeremy.
Right. You talk about, Chris, like you couldn't go back to Assassin's Creed after a couple weeks because of the pay, like you wouldn't be good at the combat, right?
Yep.
I can't go back to Destiny anymore because if you don't keep up with what's happening, the world is evolving and changing as time goes on. So if you go more than like a month without playing, and that's what the problem is. So you have the story, right? You have the story that Destiny 2 tells. So let's say it's 3 parts: the beginning, the middle, and the end. Well, it seems very generic. So then that's it, right? So then each season, every 3 months, there's more that comes out. So there's a new beginning, a middle, and end. So there's 3 more parts, right? So when she fired it up, there's like 3 seasons worth of content that have come out. So there's 9 parts she's missing, but it has you play the new beginning, middle, and end, like the new parts 1, 2, and 3, right? Mm-hmm. When do you go back in and then fill in the missions that are,
the legacy
the missing
missions,
seasons?
Yeah.
But then a new player, how do they start? Do they go way back to the beginning and then like play through the story and then jump past all of the additions? It's too much content. Too much content.
He's just mad that he never finished any of the raids and didn't get raid armor.
I finished one of the raids.
Did you get raid armor?
Yes, from the raid that I finished. Wrath of the Machine.
I finished the raid that you wanted. And you didn't
It's a pretty armor, but it doesn't matter. Kara,
I got the armor.
I think it's cool that Kara games in a capacity that allows her to have things in video games that I don't. I think that's neat.
I had to run that raid a couple times with my old clan.
But has there been any chat?
Oh yeah, there's a whole bunch. I've been waiting for you guys to shut up.
Destiny.
Maz says that Black Flag was basically a pirate game that they stuck a few AC details into.
Exactly, it feels that way.
Valhalla, he liked the Isu story and bringing back platform puzzles, but the character development
super good.
Well, he thought the character development was a little bit lacking. Epic is giving away Star Wars Squadrons right now.
He's playing Squadrons?
It says Epic is giving away Star Wars Squadrons right now.
Epic Game Store's free game. That's good because it'll up the player base. But the problem is the same thing with that is it's like completely cross-platform, so you can play against. PC has a humongous advantage.
They always do.
They can use joysticks and everything. I get wrecked when I was playing Squadrons by PC people.
Yeah, and then Kessel said when you were, I believe this is in reference to you saying that you like that Kara plays video games in a capacity to get stuff that you don't have or whatever. He said that didn't sound patronizing at all.
No, patronizing, Brad. Don't side with Kara on this one. Make her look good. No, get out of here. Literally, a lot of the games we play, so like anybody can relate with this. Overcooked. It's a couples game, right? It's not made for people, but
it's not made for people. Is this made for
it's
dogs?
Not made for like it's made
it can
for
be two people. But
it's
it just
a
tends to be
game.
when
It's a
I'm
co-op
on
game.
Reddit or whatever, and I see like, I want to get my wife into gaming. What do I play? Right? Overcooked. The moving one, Move Out.
Dog couples.
Jack in the Box or whatever. Right? These are like
Jackbox.
Jackbox games are so fun.
Yeah, they are.
These are games entryway,
Rock
right?
Band.
Rock Band. They're entryway games into Mario Kart, into gaming with someone who might not like gaming. Doesn't matter who they are. Just an entryway game, right? Destiny is not a Overcooked game. It is a game that you have to want to play.
Yep.
And to me, that Kara has a video game that she wants to play. That's not something that I care
Jeremy's
about.
a Debbie Downer. He never wants to play.
I think that's cool. You have something that's yours.
I could have used your help yesterday.
Yeah, you turd.
I am always willing to hop on and help play Destiny.
I went through most of a mission that was supposed to be a 3-person thing. 3 people. I know, like, the matchmaking, I don't know what was going on, but I wasn't matched with anybody, so I went through almost the entire thing by myself. I got to the final boss. I got him down to like a third of his health. And it's annoying because, like, after you take down so much of his health, his shield comes back and he's immune. So then you get a whole new horde of Cabal coming at you. And you have to take down 2 of his captains and then all the other Cabal that are attacking you before you can attack him again. It happened a number of times. Anyway, Chip started getting real salty. Salty. Chip started getting real salty, and Jeremy was down here working, and so I ended up having to quit.
Gently wrap him really tightly in a blanket.
Shh, Chip. Anyway,
Or I've heard people say, just give him some Benadryl, fall right to sleep.
Right.
Yeah, he'll become immune to Benadryl pretty soon.
I will gladly fire up my Titan to carry a hunter through Destiny.
Carrie, I could have finished by myself if Chip hadn't gotten salty.
Blaming your son yet again.
Again,
Right,
I was gonna
I
say,
will.
there's another Chip excuse, which Kara is known for.
You try gaming by yourself and have Chip at the same time.
I sit him on my lap, and then
Jeremy was playing Pokemon Sword on 2 different systems at the same time with Chip when we were doing raids.
Yeah.
Except, so here's the sad thing about my Xbox controller. Kara bought me 2 years ago now a really nice Xbox controller.
Are you sure it wasn't 3 years ago now?
Probably. The thumbsticks come off, and you can switch them out for like different
The
sizes.
D-pad comes off too.
And the D-pad comes off. Well,
They're magnetic.
Everything.
It's not click on, it's magnetic.
Everything is a choking hazard to a baby. So if I'm sitting there playing, if I leave that controller out, Chip will grab and pull the knobs off and put them in his mouth.
Yeah.
And so it's like,
When I was playing Destiny last night, I was so focused that I didn't realize he had taken the D-pad, and I went to hit something on the D-pad and it
not
wasn't there. I was like, what the heck? And I looked down, he's just on the D-pad. I was like,
it's metal.
Think of all the years of gross thumb grease he's just sticking in his mouth.
probably. Especially if I get sweaty hands when I game.
Oh yeah. So in that,
Brad wants to know where he gets putting things in his mouth from. Jeremy.
that's really funny. Anyways, in the Dark Souls thing, when she finally beat that guy, that streamer, and she high-fived her husband, we don't need to do it. It makes a loud. No.
There, now you have enough room to do a high five. Oh, dang it. I was trying to ruin it and I didn't.
But anyways, he said as soon as they high-fived, he's like, oh, I got wet off that. I got
He
the
was like,
splash.
and there was some splatter off of that one.
Because she was
And
so
she was
sweaty.
like, shut up.
She was super sweaty.
Maz wants to know, there's a game called, I believe it's Kena, maybe it's Kenna, Bridge of Spirits is getting a lot of buzz if we played it. I don't know if you
I have not played it.
I'm going to, Kenna, Bridge
Just
of
let me know
Spirits.
what systems it's on too.
It is,
What type of game is it?
Let's see, your PS4, PS5.
Oh, is it a PlayStation exclusive?
Let me hold on 1 second here.
I'm annoyed at all.
They partnered with Sony Interactive Entertainment, so I'm guessing it's... Where's the release? Here we go. Windows, PS4, PS5.
Oh, well, I play it on Windows.
So it is an action adventure game. It follows Kena. I assume it's Kena. I don't know.
K-E-N-A.
Young spirit guide who uses her magical abilities to help deceased people move from the physical to the spirit world.
Oh,
Interesting.
it's like the Sixth Sense meets.
Interesting.
That's cool.
You're tasked with collecting small spirit companions known as the Ra to help complete tasks and battle against enemies. Cool.
Cool.
I was talking to Jim the other day, Chris, and because I picked up some more Digimon cards from him, and pulled 2 Omnimons, by the way.
Nice.
Yep. Is there a dark Omnimon or like Omnimon and he was tempted by the dark side for a while or something? Is like Omnimon dark mode activated or something?
He was tempted by the cookies.
Yeah.
We should tell the $15,000 cookie story here in a second. But anyways, he's playing New World, which is an MMORPG by Amazon.
Yep.
And then
What? Amazon came up with a game?
Yeah, I saw Tony and I were playing Diablo 2 Resurrected, and we saw on Discord Jim was playing that.
There's a streamer that came out, and he's like gatekeeping it, and he said, if you're gonna play this casually, stay away.
Yeah, well, so there's the whole gatekeeping culture, specifically around video games and stuff like that, I think just needs to get dealt with because games are there to be played by people of all skill levels and all enjoyment levels.
Right. Absolutely. It's just almost like, of course. And that's what's also was fun about New Guy is that there's actual real world streamers in there. And then one of the main characters who I didn't even realize, it took me forever, and I'm going to totally badger his name up here. Tai Wakikiti. He directed an episode of Mando.
Oh, Taika Waititi?
Yes.
He's a main character in Free Guy, and he's hilarious. He's
Interesting.
absolutely hilarious.
Did he direct it?
I don't think he did, but he did Thor Ragnarok, an episode of Mando. He's doing the new Thor Love and Thunder. And he's done some major stuff.
He's getting his own.
It was directed by
Star
Sean
Wars
Levy.
movie or
Okay.
something, or Star Wars show.
He's supposed to be
something
getting
like
either another episode of
Yeah.
Star Wars or a movie or something. Yeah. So, but yeah, Free Guy, I was really pleasantly surprised with all the references in there.
Brad apparently is a Taika Waititi fan.
Oh, there you go.
Nice.
He's in Free Guy. If you like Ryan Reynolds and you want to hear how attractive he is, be told to you 60,000 times, watch Free Guy. They just cracked the joke a lot.
It was not told
It
by
was
me.
funny.
It was in the movie.
No, it was in the movie. Yeah.
I was reading something in chat and didn't hear what you said.
What?
I was reading something in chat, and whatever the joke thing that you said, I didn't hear what that was.
Oh, it wasn't Kara who was saying he was
Yeah.
hot. It was in the show. That's a joke.
It was in the movie that they.
So it was the thing preceding whatever this comment is that I didn't understand. The quote you're saying Kara didn't say. What was that?
I just said that I didn't say that, Ryan Reynolds.
So that I heard. Whatever you said preceding that, whatever you said you didn't say, that's the thing I didn't hear.
I remember, yes, and I don't remember what it was. But yes, I know what you're talking about, but I don't know what it was.
Yeah, it's like when you say what and they say the thing that you did hear and you're like, no, the thing before that, and that's the part that's gone to the ether now, apparently.
Yeah.
Let's take it back and watch our own podcast.
We'll watch it later. But moving on, any other comments or chat?
Maz wants, they commented, this topic came up the other day. In Endgame, when Captain Marvel has the Infinity Gauntlet, why didn't she just use it? Why bother getting it to Tony Stark?
Captain Marvel had it?
See, I haven't seen the movie basically since it came out.
Yeah, same.
So I don't recall the entire chain of custody sequencing or whatever, but obviously the easy answer is plot convenience. You have to give it to Tony Stark so he can be the hero.
That is the plot. That is the easy description, yeah, is that it's plot convenience.
But otherwise, she got it from Peter Parker.
I think, yeah, she did have it. Because she probably could have survived the snap. Yeah, the plot explain away one is that Tony Stark needed to die for whatever reason, but
maybe she's just not as quote unquote good, like willing of a hero to like, because like maybe she's aware of how dangerous it is to utilize.
Yeah, and self-sacrifice. I just think the whole thing, it is pretty sweet though when the nanobots, like Thanos thinks he's got it, and then it like assembled himself on the Iron Man's hand. But yeah, I don't know why she got snapped.
Okay, sorry, I misread this for a second and I was about to be really concerned. He said, now we can get Tom Cruise Iron Man.
No, thank you. No, I'm just kidding.
I love Tom Cruise. I don't care how insane he is. I love Tom Cruise. I would not want Tom Cruise Iron Man.
His central incisors bug me.
Oh, Kara.
I don't know what that means.
For his teeth.
These middle teeth,
Yeah.
they are shifted.
Yeah.
So it is direct, like
He
it
has
is
a tooth
directly
and it lined up.
centered on his, like just directly.
Once you see it, you
centered.
can't unsee it. Don't
It's
look it
true.
up now. Let it go. Let it go. It's like the arrow in FedEx.
Look.
The E and the butter knife in the E.
Look at it.
Tom Cruise's tooth is centered on his face and not the gap between his teeth. Carry your diet.
I feel like that's not a super uncommon thing. It doesn't bother me at all.
Okay, I look at a lot of mouths, and I have not noticed it on anyone else.
Brad says he got that fixed.
Did he?
Did he really?
Yeah.
Did he just get like some ortho and like
I don't know. Maybe somebody hit him with a hammer real hard.
Katie Holmes?
Yep. Swanky says, I can't unsee it now.
Yay!
Yes.
Not that I'm excited about that, but we just had somebody
Oh, apparently he got braces. I don't know.
Yeah, ortho.
I
Is
had
that what that is?
had-
Oh, the thing
Orthodontist.
that's not covered by my dental insurance? Thanks.
had
Thanks
to
for
laugh.
reminding me.
I had to laugh because there was one comment today somebody made, and they're like, laughing at Chip at the Apple Fest we were at, and they're really nice. And then they said, "Oh, you look at all those teeth," and I was like, "Yeah, he's got 8 of them now or whatever." And then they look at me and they're like, "Make sure he takes care of them." And I'm like, "Dude, my wife's a hygienist. You have no idea."
So here's the thing. He's going to get a new set after these anyway. Who cares?
But
Let him ruin these ones and then keep the good
Your
set
baby
nice.
teeth, your adult teeth are growing underneath those baby teeth. So if the baby teeth rot, they can get down and rot the adult tooth. So the adult tooth comes in as absolute trash.
You learn
I think
things.
that's a dentist myth that's made to sell more toothpaste.
Yes. It's
I'm going to have to
something
dig
they-
into the science on this one because that seems...
When a bunch of dentists go camping and they sit around the campfire and they're just like, this one time this kid ruined his baby teeth and his adult teeth were ruined. And all the dentists
and everyone's like,
"Oh!"
it's literally the Crest Corporation is just trying to get you to buy more toothpaste. That's all this is.
Oh, okay. So I don't know
so-
how we got onto teeth, but Listerine came out with a mouth rinse that claims it can prevent gingivitis. And I'm like, dude, the only way you can prevent gingivitis is by brushing and flossing.
I don't know. That's
Listerine
not...
can help, but it's not going to prevent it. Like, you can't just be like, screw brushing and flossing. I'm just going to use mouth rinse for the rest of my life.
I don't know. I think you've been gotten to by the Sonicare Corporation, and they're making you drink the Kool-Aid on their toothbrushes.
I would rather you use a manual friggin' toothbrush. I'd
use
rather
a
you go
manual
out and chew
toothbrush.
on a branch and turn that into a toothbrush than not brush your teeth at all.
I just have never felt the need to warn people about gingivitis to that level. I didn't know Kara as a
You make
personal...
gingivitis sound like an unstoppable beast that can't be
Okay,
harnessed.
Can we mod...
People who come in with gingivitis, they're the ones who are like, oh, I'm bleeding. Why does it hurt? Because you don't floss your teeth.
So what we need to do is have someone make a mod for Sakura where Kara has a toothbrush and then all the bad guys are gingivitis. She's parrying their, whatever, and then knocking away the plaque.
We've got a swanky story.
Is it?
Let's hear
Did he
it.
type
I was
it out?
told when I was 6 I needed braces or my adult teeth would come in wrong. I didn't get them. 12 years old, I needed braces for 6 years. Or 12, I was told I needed braces for 6 years. Didn't get them. When I was 16, I was told if I didn't get braces, my teeth would have issues from wisdom teeth. Didn't get them. 21, teeth are just fine. See, it's all a conspiracy by Captain Dental Hygiene.
I believe it. There's a lot of crooked dentists out there. A lot.
There are.
That just want...
Crookeder than the teeth in a British guy's mouth.
But yeah, so...
That was funnier than you made it sound, Jeremy.
Well, I didn't want to pick on British people's teeth because I enjoyed Ted Lasso.
Oh, okay. The show that you watch is going to hear that you laughed at a joke about teeth.
Well, I like British people.
British people's teeth are pretty bad.
Well, they're actually not bad, but
Okay, that's fine. We'll move on.
I got to repeat this one thing. Somebody can fact check this.
I'll fact check you right now.
It's a big deal in the U.S. that we have good dental because dental hygienists clean below the gum line. I guess in Europe, the standard is to just clean what's visible and not go below the gum line.
That's what you're told in school?
So I've heard that's why over in Europe, the teeth cleanliness is lower is because of the standard for what's considered a clean mouth or not.
So it'd be cleaning subgingivally.
It sounds like a character from Mortal Kombat. Subgingival.
I just Googled European dental hygiene standard. The first suggested, people also ask, are there dental hygienists in Europe?
You don't need
Sweden, Holland, and England are the most progressive for dental hygiene, whereas France still does not recognize the profession of dental hygiene. So you don't even have a job according to France.
That's
those
insane.
stinky cigarette smoking baguette holders.
Oh my gosh.
Now that was funny. That was really funny.
They don't even recognize hygienists?
Well,
Nope.
we've talked about this too.
Does not recognize a profession. You might as well be a dog walker trainer.
Hot dang. Your teeth are nasty.
Oh, here's the top 10 countries with best teeth. Let's, there we go. Let's
Well, everybody knows American dental insurance is
BS.
sucky. Yep. So
All right. Okay, let's go from 10 to 1. This is what we're doing now. We're doing top 10 teeth countries.
It is cool to figure this out.
I just read
what?
Jeremy's officially cheating on Kara with Ted Lasso.
It's true. It's true.
So like I said, the only time I haven't had an issue with a dentist is when I went to one outside the U.S.
Oh.
I guess we have made it an hour without you mentioning Ted Lasso. Okay, so number 10, the 10th best teeth belong to France.
So the worst.
Really?
Yep. At number 9,
Well, who's telling them their teeth are good? Because if they're doing it, if they're self-reporting, I would be a little hesitant. We've got good teeth here.
here's what it says. France has a DMFT, whatever that stands for. Hold on a second here. There's a DMFT index. It's the most widely accepted way of judging entire population's oral health status, apparently.
I remember talking about that in one of my classes, and I hated that class.
Maybe
So DMFT score of 1.2, which is fairly good. It isn't doing quite as well. It's okay. Top 10, whatever. Number 9, the United States. You might expect the United States to sit near the top of the list, but its score of 1.2 is tied with France. There are many other countries that simply achieve better statistics when it comes to oral care. Number 8, Mexico.
Wow.
Their budget isn't an ample one, but their dental care system seems to be effective. They manage a 1.1 DMFT score.
A lot of people go to Mexico for dental care because it's cheap.
Number 7, Canada. They're in 7th place with an excellent score of 1.0. It ranks above the U.S.
Sucking down maple syrup would ruin their teeth.
Not only did this country receive a good score, there are also studies and reports that showcase its population's teeth are some of the whitest and straightest in the world.
Wow.
But does that, okay, here's the thing though. I have seen a lot of patients who have really white, straight teeth, but their gums and the amount of calculus
you really
on
hate
the back.
gingivitis. Like, bad.
I do, because they're the ones who are like, it hurts. And the ones who have good oral hygiene, I'm sitting there cleaning their teeth, getting way down there, cleaning everything out. They're like, oh, that didn't even hurt.
I would probably be squealing like a traitor being interrogated. Anyway, where was I? 6. Oh, sorry. I was going to say this. Swanky says, I do my dental work in Thailand. I bet it's up there. We'll see if Thailand is on the top 10. Number 6 is Switzerland. Their score is 0.9, so apparently the lower the score, the better, it seems.
Yeah.
The average citizen included in the survey had less than one tooth with an issue.
Wow.
Number 5, the United
Make
K.
their dental tools.
United
K.
K.
Diet
UK.
has to be a big thing, and I know American diets suck.
Yep.
Like, I eat like trash. Seriously. I eat so much bad stuff. I had pizza the last 2 nights. I got Sammy's pizza and a Pizza Hut pizza last night.
I was like,
Plus root beer with both of them.
Oh, she had maple syrup root beer today.
Ooh, it was so good. It was sweetened with maple syrup instead of sugar. It was amazing.
I mean, that's just tree sugar, basically.
It's so good.
Swanky says he's calling you a trash panda from now on.
That is okay. Raccoons are cute.
Wait.
They're also some of the most rabid animals on the planet, so that
I will
fits
kill
too.
you.
All right, what's number 5?
Number 5 was the UK.
What?
Number 4.
Have you seen their teeth?
Kara, stop putting UK's teeth on blast.
Everybody knows they're not great.
No, their mouth health is good.
Here's what this says.
It's a tea that colors them.
The UK shares an identical DMFT score with Sweden, making it in the top 5 as well.
See?
The score is particularly interesting because of the old, quote or parenthesis, now untrue stereotype of British citizens with bad teeth.
Okay, here's the thing. When I was in London, I was talking to an individual and I almost got knocked flat on my butt by his breath. I almost died. I couldn't wait for the conversation to be over because I was like, the whole entire time.
Brad says, damn, Kara, that got that high note. Cam wants to know where this maple syrup root beer is. That's Applefest, right?
It was at
It was
Applefest.
like Sprecher or something like that.
But yes,
Who's
I've
that?
seen that for sale at local grocery stores. Not the maple syrup one, but that brand of root beer.
Maz says, but remember, they're comparing the UK to places like Bulgaria and Croatia. Number 4 is Sweden.
Not surprising. All they eat is lutefisk. So
Yeah, which is a white fish. Number 3,
Soaked in lye. Lye must be great for your teeth.
yeah, it
Yep.
preserves your gums.
just ask Crest. Number 3 is Finland with a score of 0.7.
Again, they eat fish.
Number 2
Japan.
is Germany.
Oh, Germany. Well,
I can see-
they
okay, so-
engineered the toothbrush.
Okay, here's the thing. All dental equipment
It comes from
literally
Germany.
comes from Germany.
Anything that's precision manufactured comes from Germany.
Really, if you look at anything in our dental office, I mean, unless it's like a product, I guarantee you it is from Germany.
If it's made in the United States, it's simple as like triple bulb technology, where they're like, "Well, we put an extra light bulb, buy another one."
I'm glad that you used that as the reference point.
See? Yeah.
Brad says, or wants to know if there are any good local cream sodas in our city. No, there are not.
Well, hold on now. There
Local.
is-
There's nobody that really does local artisan sodas here.
Well, I want to know what at Jersey Mike's they sell a really good root beer and cream soda, but it might be like one that's made in the state of Minnesota. I'll find out.
Oh no, I got it. Jersey Mike's cream soda.
But I don't know if it's
Is
each
Jersey
Jersey
Mike's,
Mike's. Well, no, I don't know if they each carry like a regional.
Stubborn cream soda.
That's it. Where is it made?
Stubborn sodas. Oh, that's just the Jersey Mike's. Okay, Stubborn soda.
It'd be really funny if it was made in Minnesota.
Stubborn soda. Do-do-do-do-do-do.
California.
No.
Looking at, oh my God, I don't care about any of this.
Does Brad love cream soda or does he hate it? Maybe he's doing all this work and we hate it. He hates it.
Where is Stubborn soda made?
Is stubborn?
Yeah.
STUBBOR. Oh, I burped.
Yep.
PepsiCo owns Stubborn soda.
Who does?
Really?
PepsiCo.
Pepsi.
No. I got bamboozled.
Yep.
Well, doesn't the brand that Minnesota root beer that you got me, doesn't that make cream soda?
I only saw root beer.
Oh. Because you were, Jeremy, so I like root beer just because it tastes good. But then after like 2 o'clock, if I have caffeine, Chip sleeps like garbage. So I've been drinking root beer at night instead of.
You can't have Barks.
caffeinated.
Barks got bite.
Yeah.
We talked about this before.
So Jeremy, being this very sweet and nice individual that he is, went out and got me some artisan, locally made root beers.
Yeah, they were really good.
And didn't you say though that like
It's not
there
just
were
locally
a couple?
made. There was 2 more that were made in Minnesota, and then there was one that was made in Australia, and the Australian one was just horrible.
It was like a sarsaparilla.
Sarsaparilla. It was bad.
But didn't you say that there were a few root beers, but then a lot of cream sodas?
There was a lot of cream sodas, but I don't know if they were from Minnesota or not.
No,
Why did Brad you want to know about cream soda?
it's
I
his
don't know.
favorite
I like cream soda.
soda.
So here's the thing. I drink Walmart Diet Cream Soda, and I think it's really good.
You've raved about how good.
Swanky just found my list and is now ripping me apart.
What list?
The list that I'm of the ranking of teeth, whatever.
Does he not say it's a reputable website, or he doesn't trust?
Wait,
Maybe-
wait,
No,
What
so
is the
this is
website?
what he said. He said, I found the list I'm reading from. It's based on the citizens. So, oh my gosh, Chad, stop. Okay. So being the only Western countries have money to work on teeth is why there's only seeing expensive Western countries on the list. I mean, I think that's the idea. The more affluence you have, the more ability you have to take care of your teeth. Therefore, your teeth will be better in those countries. I think it's sort of a self-perpetuating cycle. If we all lived in some third world country like France. Brad says, I freaking love cream soda.
All right. I do think though, like your oral health, it does. I mean, it's going to depend on your diet. So if you go to countries where they eat just super clean and they're not pounding down refined sugars.
Chris cracked a French joke and said, "You mean those smoking, eating wine drinkers?" Which I think that's hilarious.
It is. It's really funny.
Wearing their stripy shirts and their berets, the national uniform of France,
and their little red ties.
Yep. Hey, welcome to France. Here's your complimentary cigarettes. Cam says try Dorothy Malter's root beer from Ely. So that could be a local option.
One?
Dorothy Malter's root beer.
Dorothy Walters.
Malters.
Is that what I bought you?
No.
Maybe that's what I wanted to buy you.
It was North something.
Okay. Anyways, finish the list, Chris.
Yeah, who's number one?
Number one is Denmark.
What?
They really? Make Legos. No, is that Holland?
The average citizen had less than half a tooth that needed attention or had problems.
All right, so I will say this. When people come in, there are certain individuals, a lot of times they don't need any work. A lot of times. But when we get a new patient in, that's been a long time since they've been in for a cleaning or any dental work, their mouth is a hot mess.
So, like, how long's a long time to you?
A long time, I would say like 6 or 7 years. 5 years.
What about like 16 years?
It's a long time. But here's the thing. Every once in a while, there is the person that shocks you, and you're like, how long has it been? Like, I had a patient, it'd been 10 years since they're cleaning.
According to somebody
I got their cleaning done in an hour, normal time.
And the chew kills all the mouth bacteria, so he has really good teeth.
The chew is getting to his brain. But then I saw another individual, it's been 20 years since they were in for a cleaning, and dear God, if I had a jackhammer, that may have helped. I'll tell you what, it just depends on the oral, like the bacterial makeup of your mouth, honestly.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. All right, so Maz says, in the town I used to live in, there was a business that sold only, I just smacked my mic, sorry. There's a business that sold only root beer. It had over 200 types.
Wow. Hot dang!
Kara,
I need to move there. Just bloop, 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 you know. And
when have you ever dealt with root beer and it went bloop, bloop, bloop?
No, that was my driving. Gonna drive there, bloop,
what
bloop, bloop.
Car do you drive that goes bloop, bloop, bloop?
Haven't you watched all the cartoons where the cars like bloop, 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 bloop?
No, it's more of a...
that sounds like liquid pouring to me.
Yeah. I think more of an air popping. You sound like you're driving a submarine. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Hunt for Red October, Kara. Das Boat.
Gosh. Hot dang. Okay.
Any other chat yet? Before
nothing that was relevant.
Funny.
So, man, well, that was a whole segment on teeth. You want to do Star Wars leaks? I haven't done Star Wars leaks in a while.
Oh my gosh. Here's the thing. Like, Star Wars leaks just kind of got... Everything was just comic books because there was nothing coming out.
All right, give me 1 second here.
See what's going on?
I mean, Boba Fett's coming out in December.
I got to find there it is. I still even have the graphic. Hey, Star Wars leaks. Let's talk about Star Wars for a second. How about on r/Star Wars leaks? We're going to sort by top
Swanky, you stay where you're at and watch the show. No Google, Swanky.
Don't steal my thunder. I have the internet finally, and I'm going to use it. There's a new Book of Boba Fett poster.
Ooh.
Oh, okay, all right. The Halloween. There's a Halloween. Oh, actually, I know what I want to talk about instead. But
okay, let's maybe.
Well, not instead.
Did that switch?
Yes, it did.
So that's the poster.
Oh yeah, that's sick. That's sick.
Boba Fett.
There's a new Legos Star Wars special coming out, and it's like Halloween related. I cannot wait to watch it.
That'll be cool.
And Kara and I have watched Star Wars Visions, Chris, and I liked it.
Yeah, it was.
I've seen the first 3 episodes.
I don't know if we watched them all. I think
there's only 7 episodes.
Yeah.
We didn't watch 7. We watched
6.
How many of you watched, Chris?
3.
What was the last one you watched?
The one where the kid is in a band.
Okay, we watched that.
That one.
That one so far is the most underwhelming one to me.
I agree.
You guys are mean. I liked it.
I know you did, and I didn't want to like say anything that day, but I was like, it was okay. It wasn't like.
So
it just-
the
it
very
pulled
first
me-
one, amazing, super, super, super awesome.
Of course,
Yeah.
that's because they're trying to get you
with
lured
Ronan
in.
or whatever.
Yeah,
Kara thinks that that's-
I can't remember. Oh, so the second one is the brother and sister.
Yes, I thought that one was good.
That one was solid. I'd say definitely a step down from the first one. Like, so the first three kind of go like really good, kind of good, not super great. So I don't know where it goes from there, but.
Okay, any other leaks you want to talk about or Star Wars things really quick?
So let me just go over this really quick. Star Wars Andor has finished shooting.
Yep,
Oh.
I heard that. There's going to be a bunch of that now on leaks.
There's an official poster for Lego Star Wars Terrifying Tales.
I
So
saw
that's what
that.
Jeremy's talking about.
I can't wait to watch that.
There's some news where there's a first peek of Bad Batch Season 2.
Ooh.
Oh, Lego Star Wars Terrifying Tales is now streaming already, I guess,
really?
apparently.
Tonight.
2 days ago.
I'm going to watch it tonight.
With me.
Let's see here. I'm not going to read that whole thing. It's too many words. Star Wars Galaxy of Sounds with 7 episodes is now streaming on Disney Plus. That might be something that would be right up Jeremy's alley.
Right.
And then, so I'm just going to go back to chat real quick. Maz says, in Marvel's What If, when they crashed through dimensions, they passed through a Star Wars dimension. They said it showed Darth Vader's castle.
Oh,
You
that's.
didn't know he had a castle. Yeah, on Mustafar he has a castle. Darth Vader has a castle on Mustafar.
I saw the What Ifs, but I never watched them.
There's a whole VR video game all about Vader's castle, and it's fantastic.
There's also a
Vader
Lego kit of
Immortal.
Vader's castle, which is like a top 2 kit for Jeremy.
I love that Lego build.
Or set. What I can't remember what the thing is. I say kit, but it's supposed to be set or something.
I don't know.
Lego set?
Whatever. So I've gotten heat for saying whatever the wrong thing is.
I've always called them Lego sets.
So maybe you're not supposed to say kit. Anyway, so that will conclude our quick look at Star Wars leaks.
There is a bunch of Star Wars stuff I'm excited about, but what I wanted to talk about really quick is Matt, the King of Halloween, posted a really funny picture on Facebook, and it was how kids judge the Halloween candy that you give out. And
You want me to pull that up or?
if you can pull it up and then like show everybody, I'm 100% okay with that because it's really cute. But I want to talk about it. So we did a Halloween candy tasting last year, and it was epic with Matt. Chris did a ton of work. So let's talk about. I'll talk through it, Chris, and if you pull it up, that's fine as assistance. But what are the names of the orange and brown or orange and black wrapped ones?
Oh, the peanut butter. I think they're called peanut butter bites or something.
So the peanut butter bites, Werther's original, and then Bit-O Honey. If you give those out, you're considered the old timer. Okay, good candy probably wasn't invented when you were a kid. You may even be a Titanic survivor, but we'll at least respect your effort. So if you know the house you go to that gives out Bit-O Honey, Werther's, and then the peanut butter bites, right?
The candy,
Yep.
you're like,
So then this is Kara over
So
here.
I have it up on screen now.
You have it up?
Yep.
Okay. So
Oh,
then,
you're skipping?
So then you have the spaz, which they just give you whatever they find in a junk drawer. You get an A for awkward. You grossly underestimate what is candy or was literally flagrantly forgotten on several grocery lists. But I jumped down to the party pooper. That one cracks me up because you know there's people who are like, they're still trying to celebrate. Like they'll give you candy or they'll give you something, but they're going to pass out of, you're probably allergic to sugar and happiness, but our new cavities are still going to get diabetes tonight. So they give you the toothbrush or the floss or the apple. But I like the banana added for disappointment.
Oh, here, let me pause it just for a sec. Matt says the people who make Bit-O Honey also make a candy called Mary Jane, which has peanut butter flavor and is way better. We have like a 7-pound bag of Mary Janes at the old studio.
They
still.
actually are decent, and they melt much faster in your mouth, which makes it way easier.
Yeah, so
to eat.
Jeremy would keep them in his pockets to soften them up. And that's apparently the way to go.
Starburst are also really good body heat temperature. You carry around Starburst in your pocket. They don't melt enough to ruin your clothes, but they melt enough to be way better. But then Reese's peanut butter cups are way better frozen, like way better. The chocolate just tastes better when it's anything room temperature or warmer. It's just like Reese's is
really?
They're
yeah.
too like melty almost.
They're
like you need that
weird.
like firmness.
It like changes the flavor compound in your mouth.
Weird.
But the trusty provider, I put myself somewhere between the trusty provider and the cheapy McCheap face. So the trusty provider is nothing too fancy, but nothing too nasty. You're a solid source of 1 or 2 enjoyable or tradable fun-sized treats. That's what I try to get, but they're still expensive. So I usually mix in a bag of the cheapy McCheap face, and that's your Dum Dums, your Bubble King or whatever, Smarties, and Tootsie Rolls. And so what I like is if you look carefully at this graphic, they've got different names for the candy. So like the Tootsie Roll, they have Teeny Roll. The Smarties, they have Chalkies. And then I really like if you look over at the Biddle Honey, it says Biddle Granny.
Yep.
And Worthless instead of Werther's.
Since you're talking, I'm going to cover Kara with the graphic.
There you go. So then Cheapy McCheapface, you're handing out candy from last year's after Halloween sales, aren't you? Money may not grow on trees, but tonight some toilet paper might. And then the Psychopath, which is really funny because they have Necco, they have Yucko.
Yeah, that's my mom's favorite candy is Necco wafers.
Neckos are so good. And then Chris, they've got
candy corn is easily the greatest candy ever made. Fight me any day.
The problem with it being a Halloween candy, you don't give out to trick-or-treaters.
No.
You put out on a bowl like our Starburst here.
Yep. Starburst.
That's radish-based Starburst. Hold on, I've got a couple of things in chat real quick.
All right.
Brad. I can't read. Okay. I buy whatever I can fit razor blades in.
Well, that was one of the ones where it was like the old timer one or whatever. Is at least we don't have to worry about. The Psychopath. Your soul must be as dark and bitter as black licorice. At least there's no worry about poison in this candy. No one's gonna eat it. You know.
So then Maz says, I would always buy giant candy bars to give to any kid under 10. That's some legendary status there.
So if you look, the last and final topic is the legend. We shall one day tell our own kids of you, good sir, and the gold-plated private jet you must have lounging around somewhere. And that is the people who give out full-size candy bars. And I remember as a kid, there'd always be like one house, and it was never the same house every year, but there'd be like one place I went to.
Yeah, because they went bankrupt the one year they said you had full-size candy bars.
$630 on candy.
But yes, you'd go there, and when somebody drops like a full Snickers or a full Skittles, bag of Skittles in your trick-or-treat bag, it was like, yeah.
Oh, actually, let's come back to trick-or-treat bags in just a second, because I actually I'm interested in talking about that slightly, but I just want to hit these last couple of chat things.
Okay.
Swanky says, my neighbors in Georgia would give out giant-sized candy bars. People usually didn't trick-or-treat to the end of the street we lived at, so they usually just gave them all to me and my sister.
See, I've done that as well. So there's the whole social experiment of people leave out candy and they're like, take one or whatever. And then there's always a person who dumps the entire bag in their thing or whatever. But I've known people who go there at the end of the night and they're just kind of done or they're fed up with it. So they're like, you can have the rest. They dump it in your bag and shut their lights off. It's like, but that's never have met a legend getting rid of all of their candy.
And then Maz says you can get full size at Costco for a good price. There's a Costco that is like a week away from opening up here.
Yeah.
Which is really funny because they had a booth at Applefest trying to get people to sign up for the Costco 2.5 hours away. That's ridiculous.
People drive to go to Costco.
My work had Costco come in to talk to, I think they're actually doing some sort of a deal with my job. So don't go and buy a membership yet because I might get a deal on a membership.
Costco doesn't give deals on memberships. That's how they make all their money, for real. Look it up.
Well, I don't know. They came and they were talking about something with them. I don't know.
Interesting.
All right, Chris, tell us your trick-or-treat story, and then we got to wrap it up.
It's not a trick-or-treat story, but it's more of like a question. So like...
bag.
So the trick-or-treating bag, and this sort of ties back in. There's a couple of comments, too, that I want to get to. But... So what would you guys use traditionally as your trick-or-treating bags? Or to Kara, were you allowed to go trick-or-treating or was it too satanic for your family?
I think we went like once or twice, but then the following day, when we lived in the States, there was a Christian college and they would do trick-or-treating the following night. So it was like, and the following night, like, I guess it was like All Saints Day.
I think that's correct.
So we would go on All Saints Day. And we would go to the college dorm rooms and get candy from there. Actually, Northwestern, where I went to.
Yeah, All Saints Day is November 1st.
So we would go All Saints Day and go trick-or-treating. But it wasn't trick-or-treating.
It was a saint or pranking.
I have the epitome of classic.
But we did, like, once we moved up here, I think we went a couple times.
If my dad took me trick-or-treating, plastic grocery bag.
Yep.
If my mom took me, plastic pumpkin.
Nice. You never did the pillowcase?
Absolutely. If I was at a friend's house, pillowcase.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I've used all three. So I think when we first started, we like So my sister and I are only a year apart, so we always went. I trick-or-treated until I was 20 years old. Because I am 13 years older than my cousin who lived in a smaller town up on the range, so trick-or-treating wasn't really good up there, so he would come up here, and I would take advantage of the idea that he wanted to go trick-or-treating and trick-or-treat with him. So, and he went until he was, like, I think 13 years old was the last year that he went trick-or-treating, so I was 20. I think I'm 7 years older than him. I can't remember. I'm some years older than him, whatever it was, the math worked out. The last year he went trick-or-treating, I was 20. So I got to trick-or-treat every year from when I was like 4 to 20, so it was a pretty good run.
4 to 20 you went trick-or-treating?
Yes.
Hot dang. When I see older kids come up, I'm like, nah.
No, I give out candy.
Like-
You don't know the circumstance. Maybe they're trying to relive the glory days, you know?
Yeah, so the thing is, I'm just candy greedy. I'm not
I'm
going to
going to
lie.
make you work for that candy if you're older.
Hey,
You
I had to
throw it
walk
like a-
around
Here it is.
cloquet.
Here's your bar. Woo, go get it. What are you going to do? How are you going to make them work for it?
I don't know.
You gotta
I
make 'em-
had my age-appropriate cousin with me.
See? Chaperones.
That
Drunk drivers. So
Did you say dunk drivers?
drivers that when you're DDing and you're DDing with drunk people and you're at the bar, they usually get free pop.
Yep.
That's the benefit to being the DD.
Yeah, like they want to encourage responsible behavior.
If you're old, taking your kids trick-or-treating, you deserve the candy.
Yep. If definitely, if anybody comes up and they're with a child and they want a piece of candy, I'm giving them one.
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
I give the kids candy. Here's the thing. A lot of times parents will send their kids up the thing and they will stay back.
That's
Yep.
because they don't want the candy, but I
Yep.
do.
Yep. I go all the way up to the door.
Actually,
100%.
you know what? I'm taking Chip out this year. I want candy.
See, now
We'll go to the mall.
I think there should be an under 1-year-old proviso because he definitely is not eating that candy.
Yeah, but he'll remember.
Will he though?
He'll
look
remember.
at
Okay, well-
pictures and be like, what?
So, okay, my sister just had their son like 2 days ago, right? Is he too young to go trick-or-treating?
Yes.
Yes.
So at 32 days old, it's too young to trick-or-treat, but at 9 months old, you're old enough to trick-or-treat. Where's the line? 6 months? 3 months? 5 months?
Before having a child, I could easily not have, I would not know what I know now. As official, once a baby hits right around 9 months, they're starting to get their stuff together. He does things now that he pulls himself up, like he stands up. You can go from crawling to sitting up. He's inquisitive. He is now ready to trick or treat. I would say 9 months is the cutoff. If your
All right.
child is more than 9 months, they're there enough.
What if they're the size of a 9-month-old?
Not gonna eat candy.
The whole thing is with the pincer grasp, like he can reach out and grab
He's
stuff.
not gonna
If
eat
you
it,
can
though.
hand the child candy and they can grab it and put it in their bag, they're old enough. And Chip can grab it and probably put it in his mouth. So I'll just smack him on the back of the head so it falls.
You just shoot him with a Nerf gun.
Yeah, which is delayed till January.
Oh, no.
Yes.
So he's going to be a whole year old. This order is almost older than he is, isn't it?
But
Hold on. What was Chip here when you pre-ordered this thing?
yeah. No, he wasn't. No.
Yeah, so your order for this Nerf rifle is older than your son. Think about that for a second.
Yep. And that thing's still cooking. But we must wrap up, Chris.
I got a bunch of chat I got to read now, so just give me. Anyway,
Read the
so there's a
chat.
lot of different options. We've both used a lot of them. Kara had really sad All Saints Day, Halloween. Good to know.
I used ice cream buckets when we did go though.
Ice cream bucket's another actually solid choice. I never used the ice cream bucket, but I've definitely seen it. Brad says going to Costco takes a minimum of 4 hours.
Ooh, really? It's like Menards.
He also says, you've made it when your town finally gets a Costco. I just can't go here. So out of freaking control. I don't understand the last part, but anyway,
He's
more
out of
chat.
control when he goes to Costco.
Oh, okay. Maz says we would start trick-or-treating right when we got out of school. We used pillowcases. Once full, we ran home, dumped it, and then set out in a different direction. We usually got 3 full pillowcases each.
Hot day.
When we tended to stop at 10 p.m. as people tended to stop answering their doors. That is some hardcore trick-or-treating.
Yeah, if somebody was knocking at my door at like 9:45, I'd be like, nah.
No, that's when you go dig out candy to give it to them. Even if it's old stale candy, you still
Yeah,
put
the
work in.
hardcore trick. We should make a
okay.
graph for the types of trick-or-treaters. That would
Jeremy
be a
is
good
the
meme.
one that wants to shut off the light at like 7.
Because we're out
He's
of
old.
candy.
Look at him.
I'm Cheapy McCheapskate. I gave out all the Smarties. Okay, one fact about Smarties. They were
And
actually
then I'll finish chat.
formed candy in old gunpowder presses.
Interesting.
And then go ahead and finish.
Cam says plastic grocery bag. Once you got a third full, dump out most of it into a garbage bag behind a bush and continue trick-or-treating. Repeat as needed. That's a good system until somebody finds your stash, and then it's the worst Halloween ever.
Makes me think of that episode of Gravity Falls.
Man, I have a bowl of crap candy for older kids. Nice.
So they get the biddle honey.
Yep, that's amazing. Cam says people are more generous if your bag is almost empty. That is some sneaky move there. Jeremy is Mando, his baby is Grogu, sprayed green, and some Yoda ears. You'll get all the candy. What are you going to take him as?
A skunk.
A skunk? Weak.
You
call Matt Rasmussen, schedule an appointment with him, and he will get you a good costume.
There you go.
I'm not dressing my child as Chucky.
That would be amazing. That's his favorite character.
I know.
Swanky says if babies can eat solid foods, they're good to go in my book.
There you go.
And Brad says there are no less than 5,000 people at Costco here at all times. It takes forever. I imagine your Costco is probably like 9 city blocks too. Oh my God, we are so over on time.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like,
my parents already have been here with Chip.
Okay, well, sorry, this is the extra long, jumbo-sized legendary status podcast. If you're watching this on YouTube, feel free to give it a like and comment down below what your method of trick-or-treating was when you were growing up. If you're watching on Twitch, thank you for watching. Consider following as we continue to grow on on this streaming platform. Thank you guys so much for watching, and of course,
may the force be with you.